Hi, good day, everyone. Welcome to this interesting webinar, which is hosted by iGaming Africa. My name is Bibe Dream, and I'm the technical compliance manager for BMM Test Labs in South Africa. Um, Today's topic is very interesting. We are going to be talking about starting a career in the iGaming industry. However, before I indulge a lot in the topic, I'm going to start by thanking my panelists. Thank you so much, guys, for honoring this invitation by iGaming Africa and agreeing to be part of this webinar. So, without wasting any time, I'm going to introduce Joel Angaibu, to tell us about different types of companies in the iGaming industry and also introduce the role or make us aware of the role that he does in his company. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joel. You can go ahead.
Thank you, Biopele. My name is Joel Anyebu. I currently work with CIS Sports Information Services Limited, a company in the UK, and I represent the company as the commercial manager for West Africa here in Africa. I've been in the industry for a couple of years. I've been in the industry for about 8 years. I started with the operator part of the business. I worked with two operators in Nigeria before moving to CIS, which is a content supplier. CIS supplies short form betting content from around the world. We provide a range of highly engaging content, including horse and greyhounds racing, esports like e-soccer, e-basketball, and live number draws, especially with the UK 49s that we distribute around the world. And we have a major focus here in Africa. Moving on to the question that you've just asked, I think the betting industry is a very interesting one with diverse opportunities, diverse role. If you look at the companies that are in the iGaming sector, they are somewhat divided into two. We have the operators and the platform providers. Now, if you look at the operators, you look at the slots operators, the casino operators, sports book, lottery operators. These are all different aspects of the business. And also the operator aspect of the iGaming industry is also kind of divided into two. We have the retail and online. We have companies who actually do both. These are all part of the operator aspect of the iGaming business. Then you also go on to the providers. The providers, the platform providers, where the operators actually operate their website. They need a platform to do that, to be able to reach out to the end users. We also have the companies who provide hardware like the SSBTs, the slot machines. There are also iGaming companies that provide this for end users to have access to it. We also have the suppliers, the gaming suppliers, the game aggregators who get all these games and distribute it to various platforms and operators to make use of. We also have the affiliate companies that assist operators, generate traffic to their websites, and also we have the iGaming media houses, just like the iGaming Africa that is organizing this webinar. They are part of the iGaming industry. We have also the regulators. These regulators are also an integral part of the iGaming industry, but most of the regulators are usually appointed by government. They are usually government agencies, and some also are individuals who are consultants to ensure that the operators or the iGaming companies, there is a fair play between the iGaming companies and the end users, the players in the industry. So these are the various parts of or the types of the iGaming industry. And also, most importantly, this big industry. I mean, the industry is like, hello. So, can you hear me? So,
Yes, thank you. You were off for a minute and you can continue.
big tree with you get, and
Seems like we've got a connection problem from Jewel's side.
can you hear me
Can
now?
you hear me? Okay,
Yes,
now
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I said the industry is like a very big tree,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and
Yeah,
branch.
we can finish for Joel. I think the industry is like a very big tree, and
Yes,
these like every company that is in the market is somehow intervening, intervening with itself. So we are all connected, and there's always a place for partnerships. So yeah,
yes,
uh, it's actually very thorough analysis that Joel has provided.
yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. Jewel, thank you so much. You've actually, I think, covered a lot of aspects of this industry. And I think you've just made me realize that it's crucial to state that the iGaming industry is actually quite dynamic and it's fast growing. I'm just going to save some time and move to Danka to explain to us about, introduce herself and tell us about the industry that she is with and the role that she plays.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you very much, iGaming Africa, for inviting me to this webinar. Thank you for being here and for providing this opportunity for exchange. My name is Danuta-Janicka. I work as a deputy head of sales at Betcore. We are a live game producer. We provide several verticals currently. We are producing TV Bet, which are odds-based games. We have live casino games under Jacktop brand. We also provide Fast Sport, which are amateur games and semi-amateur games. We have football, tennis, table tennis, and e-football. And this product will grow. Obviously, we are going to add on other products, and we are going to launch also virtual games in a moment. So there will be 4 verticals that we are providing to the market, and we are an add-on to what Joel has said. In this whole family of iGaming companies, we are a producer, so we provide to operators, we provide to platforms the content that that they can then sell to the players.
Okay, thank you so much, Danka, for the introduction and telling us about your company. Quite interesting. Yeah, we're learning a lot from here. There's other things that also I have been in this industry for long, but yeah, that's part of the things that I'm actually learning from you all. Goodness, I'm going to give you the chance to introduce yourself and tell us about your role and the company that you work for.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Goodness Hanyere, and I work for Wa.Technology as a product designer. So, just as Joel has explained, Wa.Technology is one of the biggest platform providers of lottery games, casino games, sport booking. We also provide turnkey solutions and really everything that you need to set up like your gaming platform. So I currently work in the technical department where I design um, sportbook products and casino products, and basically the gaming products that we use. So we can also say that Wa.Technology is like a game developing company. That is also one area of the iGaming industry that Joel maybe forgot to add during his explanation. So yeah, my question to the question you asked. So working in the technical department in the gaming industry requires a lot of hard skills and soft skills, and it would depend on where exactly you're working in. I currently work as a designer, and I work with a team of engineers and product owners. And although currently there isn't any course dedicated to to learning iGaming skills, there are platforms where you can pick up these skills, and then with a combination of research and learning about the gaming industry, you'd be able to function properly in this department. So for the engineering team, I mean, there are like coding skills that you need to have, languages that you need to know to be able to work in that department. As a designer, you have to learn how to use certain design softwares and have and be able to conduct user research too, because this is also very important in this industry. You want to design a product that's that gives the users the best of experience, and the only way to do this is by conducting a research. And so research skills is also something that's very important, and obviously learning how to use the different design softwares. For product management, there are also several product management tools that you have to be aware of, like Jira, and there's so many of them out there. And there are courses, Google courses, and different boot camps that really help to learn these skills. And for the soft skills that you need to function in this industry, um, one of it would definitely be like being aware of the regulations. Like these are not skills that you necessarily have to go to take a course for, but working along with your colleagues would help you. Working along with your colleagues and working on different products, and the more time you spend in this industry, it would help you understand like the regulations and understand like basically the information that you need to be able to function better in your department. And of course, a team, being a good team player is also very important, because in this industry, you would you would have lots of questions, because like Joel has explained, it's so big, right? So you always have to learn how to work with your colleagues, how to ask the right questions, and yeah, generally be inquisitive, because there's so much to learn. And with the regulations and with everything that is going on, it feels like there's so much change happening on a daily basis. So you always have to be inquisitive and be up to date with the trends in the industry. So that's it.
I would also add to that, because the skills are depending on the company that you are in, and in the department that you are working in. So in case of Goodness, it's the IT skills. However, in our case, as a live game producer, almost half of the company are presenters. So basically, we are in a position of the in the market where we can train new people. And if you are searching a career in this industry and you have no knowledge about it, you don't have to be skilled in IT. You can, if you have a good presence, you can try your skills in front of the camera to present the games, and then you will get into the company that provides you with the training, that provides you with the training, not only how to present the games and how to behave in front of the camera, but also how to make up, how to talk, how to move. And then once you reach this level of knowledge about the company, about its structure, about how it's all going on, then you have a possibility to move on and to grow within the company. So the access to it may be different, and the skills can be required to be on a very high level, but can be also on the very entry level.
Okay, quite interesting, quite interesting. Thank you so much. So myself, I work in a laboratory, in a test laboratory. So BMM Test Labs, we are an independent test lab. We focus on gaming and wagering for the worldwide, globally. So for BMM South Africa, we are licensed nationally by the National Gaming Board, which means that we can basically test for all the provinces in South Africa. We also licensed in Tanzania. We licensed by the Botswana Gambling Authority. We are licensed in Lagos, UK Gaming Commission, and also by the Ugandan Lotteries Board. We service most of the manufacturing and the operators in this gambling industry, land-based and online, for major global companies. And we are SANAS accredited, and we also are accredited to perform the penetration testing and vulnerability assessment. So this is just showing you that how big this industry is. So my role as a technical compliance manager is basically to understand relevant laws and regulations of the gaming industry within the business sector where we operate. There's different laws, regulations for each jurisdictions, and they are different. So we need to adhere to these laws to reduce the risks and to avoid legal issues. Also, to make sure that I maintain the reputation of the company by uh, promoting the ethical skills of the company. So this is going to be very interesting because you're going to learn a lot about different and various roles that anybody can enter in the industry, most especially the entry level people who are out there and they never knew about like the different industry in the companies in the industry and the different roles that people can take here. So we are going to move to some of the questions, but before going there, I would also like to thank the audience for your presence. We really appreciate you being here and learning about this. There's a comment section where you can post your questions. We'll also give you the time when we're done so that you can ask the questions and then we will attend to your questions. Thank you. So I would like to ask Danka, please let us know about what is the typical career paths and progression opportunities within this industry that you can tell us about.
Sure. Thank you, Bipal. Well, as I said already, if you are on the entry level and you're a young person, you have a big chance to make a career in front of the camera. And then once you learn the basics of the company, you can make a career path around the studio. So you can become a supervisor or a person responsible for shift planning and dresses, makeup planning. You can be a part of the studio production, not necessarily after the being the presenter, but also why not? Usually behind the studio production, there are people who have technical training. So we have one thing about supervision of the studio and presenters, but the other part is studio production, where you have to supervise the game, where you have to take care of the technical issues, the cameras, the sound equipment, the lighting. So here, the people who has technical training can easily find themselves. And we also, of course, have the risk management team and the analytics team. So here comes the part of the IT knowledge. We have a huge IT department, of course, also product department, as Goodness was telling about her experience. And we do have account team and sales team. And here, basically, on this side of the company, it's good to have some interpersonal skills, communication skills, negotiation skills, believe in yourself. That may be very helpful. I myself came from the completely different background. For almost 20 years, I was working in teaching project management in intercultural context. And I was working in the cultural sector. So I was organizing events in culture, which is not that far from, because if you look at the studio operations, they're pretty similar to TV set or theater set. You are in front of the camera after all. And the organizational skills that I have are very useful now in my current job. I also had some sales background, so all of that combined uh, made a very big use, made itself useful in the company. So you can come from a completely different background with your own experiences, and you can transfer them into iGaming industry without any troubles. Thank
Oh,
you.
wow.
Yeah, just to add a
Yes.
little bit to what Danka said, um, like we said, is a very big industry, and you can come in from whatever background, or if you're just coming out of school, you can actually find a place in the iGaming industry. There are people who are MDs of companies in this industry that just came in as an agent who had one shop, and they're able to understand the industry. They have maybe a BSc or some certificate, and they got in. I see people who over the years who were in customer support, and they grow to product department, they product design. It all depends on your passion for the industry, but really any background, whether you have the knowledge or not, once you have the passion to get into the industry and work on yourself, educate yourself, and learn, you'll be able to make a very good career in the industry.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you for that. Add on, Joel. So by you talking about like the retail shops and those things, we also have like some misconceptions about the iGaming industry. There's other people who don't really understand this industry well, and they have misconceptions about them. So while we're still on that, Joel, please tell us about the misconceptions about working in the iGaming industry. Maybe from your previous experience, something that you came across, and how can we dispel those? How can we enlighten people that, okay, this is actually a good and productive industry?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Diopele. Yes, this is an industry that has a lot of misconception, just like any other industry. And they are quite funny, because I've come across several of those over the years that I've been in this industry. And I think one of the things, when I tell people outside the industry, especially when I was with the operator, and they're like, "What do you do, Joel?" And I tell them I work with a betting company. They're like, "Okay, you work with a betting company, probably you own one of the betting shops, like, and I'm like, no, I'm not an agent. I work with the company." So they are really like, you have a shop, or you have a kiosk, or a lottery kiosk, and all that. But I find it at first, I find it difficult to believe that people are not aware that there's a lot of you know roles in this industry. It's not just the agents that you see on the streets. I mean, we have the customer service, we have the sales department, we have product, we have quite a lot of departments in the iGaming industry. And when I explain this to some people that are in other industry, they are like surprised, because they are not aware that this kind of opportunity abounds in the iGaming industry. So I believe that's one of the misconception. And when people begin to realize that that there's quite a lot of opportunities in the iGaming industry, they try to peep into it and try to, get to find out more about it. One of the other misconception is that when people know that you are working in the iGaming space, they are like, okay, you're going to help us win the lottery, or uh,
Interesting.
there's a Manchester Chelsea match coming on. Who is going to win? You should know. You work in this industry. There's something you guys do to to ensure that we don't win and all that. So they just think that you will know how to get the odds together to make people win, and this this is a very great misconception. And I'm like, I wish it was that easy, So this is the misconception out there, and people also feel that the betting companies are there to cut away with people's money. We just want them to lose, But actually, we have the betting companies are always interested on the margins, and the margins that they give back to the player, like the RTP for players, are usually really massive. If you are in the supplier part of the business, you understand that what we sell is usually margin. So these are some of the misconceptions. And if you also look at uh, where we talk about abuse to gaming, people feel that the betting company is usually there, to get away with people's money. We want them to always lose, and we want them to get addicted and come back because we are looking for profit. But also, the betting company tries to ensure that people gamble responsibly and try to. I believe a lot of operators have some things in place to ensure that people are protected, not to gamble responsibly. So these are some of the misconceptions. And also, like we said, there are a lot of career paths, there are a lot of roles in the iGaming industry. People feel that if you are in this industry, maybe you're not going to grow career wise. It's not an industry that lets people grow and become who they want to be. But that's obviously a lie, because you can come into this industry, you can grow, you can learn a lot, and you can get a very good career, just like your counterparts in other industries.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Wow. Thank you. Very interesting. Yes, goodness. You have something to say?
Yes. So just to add to what Joel has said, so one thing is that the gaming industry is here to satisfy a need. There is a need, right? And then this need, people want to have fun. People would do these things particularly to have fun. And when we talk about addictions and other things, this doesn't have anything to do with the services that we provide. It's a psychological thing with people. It doesn't have anything to do with the products that we put out, because at the end of the day, right, for example, football is a game that people love. It unites people and makes them happy. And what we are doing is just leveraging on this need and providing ways that people can um have more fun and maybe make some extra money while doing that. So as a designer, right, we do in the technical department, we have a lot of things put in place to help manage things, because we know that there are obviously people who do not know how to regulate themselves. We have responsible gambling features on our platforms, right? These are features that we put to help you curtail the way you use the platform. If you find yourself using it for an unhealthy amount of time, there are options for you to exclude yourself for a certain period of time. These are features that we put to maintain transparency, to show that we care about you. We're not just out here to take your money, we care about you. And there are also several regulations, like we have legal teams that make sure like these things are like followed through. um so no, the gaming industry isn't trying to rip people off their money. We always try to maintain, like Joel said, transparency, and even with the odds and the gaming structure, we do it in favor of the users, because as a UX designer, we spend time researching, we spend time, going through, interviewing users, going through several documents, and because we want to give users the best of experience. That just means that the users are important to us. So we're customizing these games to make sure that it fits their need, right? Even with the use of AI, everything we're doing in the industry, we're constantly trying to make life easier for the users. So I just needed to add that we, as the technical department, we have certain things in place to regulate the use of these products that we roll out.
Yeah, I agree with the goodness. And actually, I came across mostly with the assumption that we are working in a business that is illegal in general. And also, we struggle a lot with recruitment for presenters, because most of the girls has this pre-assumption that they are going to undress online, and that there will be, a kind of a open house for the players, which is not true, of course. And basically, we have a very step-by-step guidance of what this work is in order to convince people to get in. So this webinar is very useful also for us to make people aware that no, you're not going to undress in front of the camera. We are not working illegally, and this business is really a very nice place to make a
To be
great
in.
career, as Charles said.
Yes, so we've got several things that we can do to dispel these misconceptions by being out there, educating the people, making them aware. There's awareness campaigns that are there. Most of this industry is regulated, like it's regulated. There's the government people who are aware. There's the gaming boards who are monitoring and auditing these companies to see that they actually abide with the laws. There's
Mm-hmm.
gambling anonymous campaigns whereby when we realize that there are people who are having gambling issues or addicted, there are programs that they can take, responsible gaming stickers and campaigns and websites that goodness actually just mentioned there. So it's actually something that can be done about it. I would like also to request the audience, if you have any comments or feedback that you'd like to put, please, about the topics here, you can put them on our comment page. Also on YouTube and LinkedIn, you can put your feedback there in the comments, please, to be part of this webinar. Without wasting any time, I want to move on to the next question now. Like, how do we stay up to date with the industry trends, the regulations and changes in this landscape? Like, is there any specific like networking opportunities or events that can help us connect with the professionals in the industry? Danka, do you have
Um,
oh
Oh,
goodness, it's
okay.
okay.
I was going
Go
to
ahead.
say something. Yeah. So, for a long time in the industry, I personally didn't feel like I had this sort of like support. Um, you know, until recently, the women in gaming community is, if you're a woman in the gaming industry, that's probably a good place to start by joining the women in gaming community. There are also certain iGaming event that happen across the year. I think Sigma is the most popular one. But I believe joining communities like the one I mentioned earlier would give you more opportunity to other iGaming that will be happening. There are also newsletters and articles that you can read to be up to date with what's happening in the industry. Yeah, and here on LinkedIn, of course, you can network with people like Biopello, who has been in the industry for 24 years, right? You can network with people like her and like some other top voices in the iGaming industry, this would be a good place for you to be updated and in the iGaming industry.
Okay, thank
Yeah, I
you.
agree. The expos are actually the biggest. I agree that the groups on LinkedIn, for instance, and communities are helpful, but for me, the biggest school was ICE. And basically, if I look throughout of my experience in sales, I wouldn't have the knowledge about the industry if not for the expos. And the companies like SBC or IGB, so iGaming Business, Sigma, they provide a very good platform for us to learn about each other, to meet people, to network. And as for the regulation side and all of the news, you can always go to iGaming Business newsletter or SBC news platform to read what's going on in the business and to stay up to date. So the business itself organized itself in such a way to make itself more comprehensible. There are more and more podcasts right now or webinars like iGaming Africa is providing for the African landscape. So basically, we need to learn from each other because there is no school for this. I think only legal
Uh,
advice can get.
so before this webinar, I did like a quick research. So I think that part of the development in the iGaming industry is that we have courses now. Actually, we do have courses now that teach about the iGaming industry and certain areas of iGaming. So I think if you are interested in this industry, you can do like a research. There are like a couple of courses and universities that you can go to learn about
But
the
these are
iGaming industry.
online, right? It's not the courses that you can
Um,
take.
I I would like to think that there are some that are like in person trainings, but there are also online courses.
Okay. Okay, good. I don't think we have such thing in Europe though yet. So maybe
European.
learning
Yeah, I saw.
from
I actually saw a university in Malta that offers a course in iGaming. So
ah, good to
I
know.
think
Good
I
to
think
know.
I think these countries are starting to like open up to this industry. So yeah,
Very
it's
good.
out there.
So there's hope.
Okay.
We are
Thank
beginning
you.
to
Thank you.
have more expos in Nigeria, in some other part of Africa. I attended one last week at Enugu State, and that was the first of its kind. We had
Wow.
Age Lagos last year, this year, sorry. That was the first of its kind. So we're beginning to have more and more of this expo. We have another one coming up in Ghana in next month, I think.
August. Yeah.
So these expos, just like Danka said, are very good opportunity to connect. When I was at ICE, I saw a lot of people come to our stand that were looking for opportunities in the iGaming industry, and we directed them to the HR that was available, or just give them the career website for them to, go and apply there. So the expos are very good opportunities if you can attend those expo. And somebody said in the comment, maybe we should have Ice Africa.
Yeah, very interesting. Actually, I think before COVID there was Ice Africa, something like that. But if you Nkululeko Machanyana, yes, there's a lot of like other events that are similar to Ice London that actually happen even in Africa. There's a lot of them. There's one just ended now in Kampala, Uganda, last yesterday. It ended last yesterday. It was for this week. Like Joel just said, now there's one in Uganda. There was two in South Africa actually recently in March. There was one in Cape Town. So if you follow these pages, you will definitely be made aware of the events that are happening or regionally. There's also on the comment a question from Julia B. Hi there, we are a QA testing company, Alcotech Labs, based in Romania, providing our services and developing companies. Is there a need or market in Africa for this type of service, and how should we approach the African market? Yes, definitely, Julia. There is a lot of like opportunities in Africa. The iGaming is actually booming now in Africa and is becoming more regulated. So we'll take your question on how to approach this. Out of this, you will just have to maybe inbox one of the people here or even on iGaming Africa, and then we'll assist you in that just to save the time. Thank you also, Nguleko, for the comment where you say that we need to have more of this kind of webinars about iGaming industry. Thank you for that. Yes. Okay. So as we can see, this is quite a fast-paced industry, and it's really like it's in demand. It's actually very much in demand. It's there's a lot of competition as well, and it's a high-stake nature in of industry. So maybe Danka, you can. How do you handle the pressure associated with this stress level of this fast-paced industry, and maybe additionally you can tell us how we can maintain a healthy work-life balance in this fast-paced and rapidly changing industry.
Yeah, well, personally, I think it's good to have your work-life balance. So turn off the computer after 5 p.m. and have a free weekend. Uh, do something that you love outside of work, because I know this can be very addictive. I mean, you can get inside of the business and, well, have troubles to get outside, because partnerships, this enthusiasm, this adrenaline that shows up when you do business, when you close the deal, when things are happening, this is, this is something addictive that it's in within you. So it's really important to take care of yourself, to have your own boundaries and to be aware of those boundaries, and also to be self-confident, so to believe in yourself. These are like healthy structures, so you know where you are, you know what you can deliver, and you know that you have to take care of yourself after the work, to get unstressed, to go swim, to go jogging, whatever you like to do, to make your brain relax. And I think this is the life work balance that is actually important in every business.
Okay.
Uh,
I love the point that you made, that you need to set clear the boundaries between work and your life, personal life.
yes,
Okay, you
definitely.
have anything to add on, Goodness?
Oh yeah, I found the part where she said, close your computer after 5 p.m. I found it to be funny because as you say, it's a fast-paced environment, and sometimes you have like these strict deadlines, and you have to do what you have to do. But most importantly, I would say that you have to love what you do. You have to love what you do. That is one way that you wouldn't get quickly burned out. You have to love what you do. And working in a company like Wa.Technology has been super amazing, because we have like so many plans, so many plans to help the workers like blow off steam, and to have fun in between work. We have company events and breaks, and we also have like team bonding activities within the teams. And aside from what happens in the company, personally, I make sure that I have a hobby that is not related to work at all. So I use that to disconnect. And it's always amazing, because every time you disconnect and you come back, it just feels like you have like fresh ideas. Because as a creative, when you're too into work, you can just like your head can just go blank. So you need these activities to just help you relax and open your mind, for you to be more creative. So that is one way I balance things with work.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay. Going forward, I want to talk about like the focus in the iGaming industry, that maybe the growth that you can have in the specific areas of focus that we can have in the iGaming industry for expansion. So what I have learned in this industry is that you can easily grow. It just depends on like how you take yourself. You need to be able to be open. You must have good communication skills. You must be open-minded, be able um, to accept change. Do not be an uptight person. That, yeah, for example, yeah, Goodness mentioned that I have 24 years in the industry. She revealed my age, guys. I'm sorry. So I must not say that, no, I have been here for long. I know how things are done. The things are changing. The world is revolving. There's a lot of technology happening. You can, we used to think that the IT people are the people who are just dealing with like fixing the phones, fixing the computers. We've got very good like opportunities in this industry.
Mhm.
For example, where I am at the test laboratory, I mentioned that we are accredited to do pen and val testing, which is penetration and vulnerability testing. The people who've got IT skills can actually work in these platforms to ensure that they are secured to prevent them from being hacked from outside people. They test for that, like how secured the platforms are. And also we have we always knew that like the HR people, they work in like the offices right there at the government or whatever. We've got people in the industry where everywhere you need an HR person. I work in the technical compliance department. You need, when you come here, you can come maybe as a compliance officer, as a junior compliance officer. You work, you become a regulatory officer or a regulatory specialist, and then you can work your way up in this industry. So it's just depend on how you handle yourself and how much open-minded you are, and you need
Mhm.
to learn and deal with other people who've been in the industry for long. And like I said, you must be flexible and easy to adapt to change.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you because this market is easily changing. Few years ago, online was not so popular. It's the really recent development. And
Mhm.
then if you are stuck in your mind into your way of working, behaving, and you are not open to changes, it may be very hard for you to find yourself
To grow,
in the
yeah.
company. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in the technical department, I have seen people who
especially
have
there, I
moved.
would say, especially in the department that you are
Yeah,
working.
in the technical department, I've seen people move from design to product. Like there's just like every industry, the gaming industry is not an exception. There's definitely a growth process. As long as like Danka said, you're open-minded and you're willing to do the work, right? Because moving
Yes.
in the technical team requires certain hard skills that you're not just going to learn by existing in the department. You have to put in the work and take these courses, upgrade your skill set, and definitely uh, you move up the ladder as long as you also have like good mentorship, which would mean that having a good personal relationship with your colleagues and your leads, and definitely you would move up the ladder this way.
Yeah.
Oh wow, interesting. That's quite interesting. Um, do you have any tips that you know each and every company has got its own culture. So even in this industry, there's like culture, there's politics. So do you have any tips that you'd like to share with us on how to navigate in the company culture and politics in this dynamic and fast-paced iGaming industry? Danka,
Yeah, I
you
think we
told me that
partially answered that question in the previous section. I
yes.
I think each company has its own culture, sets up its own rules, and has its own roadmap for how to develop, how to change, how to adapt to the market. So flexibility here, as we said, is crucial because, like for instance, in my company, I can say that every 6 months there's something new coming up, but I know that in like companies that develop virtual games, they have new games coming up almost every day. And then you have to be adaptive, uh, adaptive. You have to have your open mind to creativity, to changes, to not only be stick into your own section, but also creativity here plays a huge role, and how to react to the market. So if you see something that is working, you can propose that to your CEOs. You can
Yeah.
honestly, you can have a real impact into how the company is developing. So
Mhm.
your point of view, your knowledge, your development is really very important, and has like it may have a huge impact on how the company will develop. And yeah, that's my point of view. But open-mindedness is the crucial here, because it's crucial here because each company really has its own rules, and you have to step in from the company side. As Goodness previously said, it's very important to take care of the workers. So organizing any events that make the company people, employees, learn about each other, come closer to each other. I think it plays a huge role in how the company afterwards functions, how it develops, and if we have a healthy relationships within the
Yeah.
company. That's
True.
on the top level. So the culture may be set up in this sense by the company as well, that they provide the employees with the environment where they can grow, and where they can like each other, and cooperate with each other. So that's really important in my opinion too.
Okay. Time is not on our side. Time is not on our side, but there's an important point that I would like to bring out here before we give the last few minutes to our audience. Maybe if somebody have anything, a comment, any insight or any question, maybe. For those who didn't put them on the comment platform, maybe somebody want to say something. But I would also like to just go through this question. Is there any specific courses, certification, or training programs that you would like to recommend to for someone to develop their skills and knowledge? And also maybe if there's anything that you can leverage your existing skills or experience to transition into a career in iGaming. I saw somebody on the comment section saying that where's that question? They've got 1.5 year. I just want to go through that comment. So maybe that this question, the answer to this will help them. They've got 1.5 year experience as a data analyst in the gaming industry. So they're actually looking for opportunities. So I think maybe this question whereby I'm asking whether there's like any recommendation of courses or certificates will be very useful to them.
I think Goodness had the answer to it with her information about new courses online and land based. But also, if you are already in the business, you can check LinkedIn. You can basically search for companies that are in the market, and they post on LinkedIn their open positions. So if you search for new opportunities, LinkedIn is a very useful tool right now to search for a new job.
And I would also add to that person, you should also try to showcase what you've done previously
Yeah.
on your page. I know data scientists, they have somewhere where they could, post all their jobs. So that employers could look at what you've done previously and reach out to you. There are people even on LinkedIn, you see recruiters reaching out to you because they've gone through your profile, seen what what you were able to achieve in the past. And for somebody who wants to start out a career, just like Danka said, you can go through company websites and look for open positions. You can network with people already in the industry. They could, refer you to any open position. So the key to that is just you to network, and also LinkedIn is also a very powerful tool, and other career sites as well.
On LinkedIn, we have many groups that operates around the job market. So these are, I would start with this place actually to add yourself onto these groups and check what are the offers. And you can put online your offer saying that you are in search currently.
Yeah.
That may help. And also that may
Yeah.
give you an insight of what's in the market.
Yeah, I should also add to this. For technical for technical roles, it would be nice, just as Joella said, you have like a portfolio where you have the skills that you showcase. But most importantly, I think you should also be able to showcase how these skills solve problems in the iGaming industry. So you don't necessarily have to be in the iGaming industry for you to start having knowledge about the iGaming industry, because the competition is getting really high. There are rules, the ones like Danka mentioned, where you can come in and then learn on the job. But for technical skills, most times it would be nice. It would place you above the other people applying for these roles if you have some experience using the skill that you have in the iGaming industry. So for UX designers out there, there's so many problems that we have in the iGaming industry. There's so many trends that you can jump on: the use of AI, the use of cryptocurrencies. You can come in and showcase how you're going to solve these problems, your unique ways of using modern technology to solve problems. Like this would definitely give you an edge over others.
We cannot hear you, Purple. I think you are muted.
Sorry, sorry about that. We would like to wrap up because time is not on our side now. I'm not sure. Any comment that somebody would like to say, just in brief, to the audience, and then we'll quickly, whoever we didn't get time to answer their questions here, we will try our best to look into it after this, and then inbox on your LinkedIn or whatever platform that you raise the question on. Okay.
Yeah, just to respond to a question, there's somebody is asking about the positioning and values of iGaming industry to African population, and I would say that iGaming industry has yielded a lot of job opportunities. For Nigeria, I think iGaming industry employs over 50,000 people, and again, iGaming industry, it's more like an entertainment industry, like where people entertain themselves with the various games that are available. So there's a lot of value. It generates a lot of revenue for government in terms of tax and other revenue that they generate. So it's a huge impact to the society, to the African population, and also we maintain a very high value in as much as the companies are out there to to make money, but they ensure that they do it in the right way to ensure that there's a fair play between the companies and the players. So just to a quick one to add to that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sorry, sorry. I saw that question very late. I was actually at the bottom. So also some values that maybe the African people should adapt to. I think we have to promote responsible gaming. Responsible gaming. We need to educate our players about the principles and the practices to avoid like the economy maybe suffering because of this. There's like economic contribution to this whereby like we need to encourage the local investors and also encourage local talent. There must be there's some job creations because of this iGaming industry. So I think by that doing, especially going forward, this will actually have a good contribution in our African society. We also need to be transparent and fair. We need to like have like the regulatory compliance, we have to adapt. We have to adhere to what the rules that the government set to everybody. If we can just avoid doing illegal gambling and being out there and regulating this, helping the government to regulate this, it will be fair to everybody to be on par with exactly what's expected of them. I hope that Simeo Tivani is answered. If not, we can take this like out of the webinar because time is not on our side. We can discuss this more out of the webinar. And also Syrup G, the iGaming people will make them aware that you spotted something wrong with their YouTube channel. Thank you very much for the audience for your presence. Thank you so much for the panelists for being here and then sharing your insights. It was actually quite interesting. There's a lot that we didn't know, and now we have an open mind about the iGaming industry. Also, I would like to thank Jeremiah Mangi for iGaming Africa, the different webinars and the topic that you share here, and it's quite a learning curve, and it's a good opportunity that you are giving out to the public out there. I'm not sure if anyone here has something to say before we close.
I would like to say thank you for invitation, and also I agree that iGaming Africa gives us a very good opportunity for networking. So thank you for this, and I look forward for the next webinar.
Thank you. Goodness, Joel, you good. All right.
And
Thank you,
now,
guys.
thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, iGaming Africa, for the opportunity.
Yes. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
I got the opportunity to meet really amazing people in the industry. I this is really a good meeting point for people working in the operator companies, the platform providing companies. I'm hearing the regulation companies. Like this is like a very good combination of a little bit of everything in the industry, and it's been very educating to hear from everyone with this huge amount of experience. It's been amazing. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, iGaming Africa, for this opportunity.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.